Okay, welcome to Fahrenheit Performance Podcast, episode number 101. Farris Rahman, welcome to the podcast.
101!
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
finally got over 100 last week. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
You are a Team Singapore skateboarder.
Yes, correct.
I was reading up on you the past couple of days. You're the first person in Southeast Asia to do a 540 and a 720.
Yes.
Right? And you're also the first ever to do a Superman double finger flip. I think you need to send me the video. I can't even imagine what a Superman.
Oh, I can show you. I got it on my phone.
Okay, nice.
So it's basically, you know how like motocross, on motocross, like when you do Superman, like they grab the handlebars and like that,
Yep.
you know? So imagine that, the same thing, but on a skateboard.
Yep.
So I'm like grabbing up on the skateboard, extending, and then flipping the board, catching it back,
Oh, nice. Okay.
chucking it back in.
Gotcha.
the body.
Farris, welcome to the podcast. If anyone doesn't know you, who are you? And let me ask this, how would your friends describe you?
Which friends? Close friends or?
Close friends. Because sometimes I ask, who are you? And describe yourself. It's a bit different, like, the answer comes out a bit weird.
Yeah.
But so you ask you how your friends would describe you. I think it's a more honest answer.
Fair enough. It's like the PR or non-PR answer. I am Farris Rahman. I am 31. I am a skateboarder.
Mm-hmm.
I've started skating since I was 4, so it's been a while. How would my friends describe me? I would say charming, handsome, hilarious, but that's not the case. So,
And then you woke up.
and then I woke up. So I guess it's cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the funny part, I try to make jokes to them, but it's like really dad jokes. So I don't know whether
Dead.
I don't know whether I can be considered like a comedian or like an aspiring comedian. I don't know. Yeah, I guess, and just a chill guy. I guess, you know, hands in pocket, just chill guy.
Yeah. And you're a very busy man. This is the latest I've ever done a podcast. I think it's almost 10 o'clock. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. We're here on a Thursday night.
Whoops,
You've got to work. You've got a full-time job. You've got a sport that you've got to do. What do you do during the day? What's your job?
So I'm a high performance sports manager. In High Performance Sports Institute, which is part of Sports Singapore. So I work.
Is that just for extreme sports or is that for all sports?
So I don't do extreme sports. So like it's a big division with people attached to different sports. You know, so you have your own high performance sports manager for like swimming, badminton.
So what are your sports?
So for me, it's Q sports, which is like, you know, pool, billiard, snooker, and esports.
Oh wow.
So
And esports is coming. Is it the SEA Games this?
Yes. So we have a team of Mobile Legends player, 5 of them, that will be going and representing at the SEA Games.
Oh, nice. Okay. And that keeps you busy during the day. So then, and then how many hours a week are you skateboarding?
Almost hours. Okay.
Is it like,
I
so
can't do
do
the
you
math,
clock in
but
at the stadium, do your thing, 5, 6 o'clock, you clock out, you go upstairs, there's a skate park there, you do a couple of hours there. What's your typical day?
I wish the skate park was suitable up there or like the skate park for my discipline was there at the top. But so my usual schedule is I'll work like 9 to 6. Then once I clock off, I'll head back, and because like I have to go to Jurong to like, because that's where the skate park is, like to train. I will drop by my house and then just dump my work bag, my laptop and stuff, take my skate bag, and then hit. So by the time I get to the skate park, it's like 7-ish. Skate all the way to like 10. And then
Like almost every day?
every day except for Mondays, mainly because Mondays the skate park is closed for maintenance. So yeah, and then by the time I get home after training, it'll be like 11:30, and then I'll take maybe like half an hour to just, you know, scroll TikTok or like play some games and stuff before I crash and then like just start over all over again.
So what is so skateboarding has like half pipe, ramp, right? Which is like Tony Hawk who made famous, right? And then you got street, which is like stairs and handrails and stuff like that. And then you got park, I guess. Would you think is, and then you got balls? What are you?
So they've kind of consolidated that a little bit, or like renamed it. So traditionally back before like Olympics adopted it, it was like street, which is the main one, which is the most popular. And then you have bowl, which is now called park. Yeah. So
yeah. When I watch the park clips, it is actually like a massive bowl, and people are they're pumping it, right?
It is a bowl, but the naming conventions has kind of changed because of that. So traditionally it would be like street, bowl, and then you have half pipe or vert, which is like just a big U-shaped one, and then you have mega ramp. So mega ramp is like the 3-4 stories high, just like like
It's like a super jump
jumping. So basically jumping off like
over the Grand Canyon or something.
Yeah. A guy did it over
Great Wall of China.
Yeah, anyway. But now they sort of like consolidated it. So street stays the same, but bowl has become park. I don't know why. I still find it a bit weird calling it a park and not bowl.
And is that what you do? Your bowl?
Yes. So I did all. I skated street, park / bowl, vert, and mega ramp. But after my knee injuries, then I kind of just focus on park skating now, because
streets. If you think of a traditional street like Ryan Sheckler, for example, right? He will ollie over a handrail down like one story and land flat ground. If you got bad knees, they're just gonna blow out, right? And if you have a knee operation, you're not gonna do that anymore.
I mean, it's fine. I would lie. It's fun to do, but like, it does take a lot of impact. There are a lot of people who, like, after knee injuries, knee surgeries, they still go back to street. For me, like, I tried, but then I felt like I wasn't able to perform in street how I used to. So I was like, you know what? I can risk a lot, but the gains I'll get from it isn't really that much back. Whereas like for park skating, the interesting thing is a lot of people visually it looks more gnarly than street skating because I'm flying at a higher and then just like smashing my knees on the concrete. But actually, if you fall right, it's not that bad. Like,
and you're wearing knee pads and helmet in park.
Yes, correct. Plus my knee braces that I have to wear, which is it's nice, but like in Singapore, it just adds another layer to add on, you know.
So skateboarding, around the world, is in most people's minds is for kids and punks, right? Like ruffians and sort of people that don't obey the law. But now that it's an Olympic sport and it's a SEA Games sport, you're taking off any day to go to the SEA Games, right? Has that changed? Has that changed the perception from the regular person on the street if you tell them you're a skateboarder?
I would say yes, definitely. Before Tokyo Olympics adopted it in 2020, the stereotype, the stigma was quite bad. I would say.
It's always been like chased by security guards and being pushed off your board on the street if you're going past someone on the street and that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah, visually it looks quite rowdy. Yeah, actually, even then, back then, like it's weird because like once you're at a skate park, you realize how chill everyone is.
Yeah, they're not the nicest people, actually. And they encourage each other quite a lot.
Yeah, we just like, and back then it's like, it's how we learn. It's kind of just like ask each other, like, hey, how you can do that? How do I do that? And then it's a very organic kind of like sharing and like just wholesome and genuine. Which is very different from what the stereotype was.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, the stereotype was like, oh, these are like the gangsters, the druggies, like people, you want to hang out with people at the skate park. But that was there. And then after Olympics adopted it, then obviously it became the view became more acceptable. And then obviously the push to make it like more cleaner or take away like the negative aspects to actually show that it is more professional now. So there is that big difference in how people view it then and now.
Yeah, because like you were not that stereotype at all, right? Because when I was looking through your Instagram and stuff, you seem to be a pretty clean-cut guy. You went to university. You did everything that everyone else, like a typical student, does. But then you're also doing a lot of skateboarding as well, right?
Yeah, it annoys me a little bit, to be honest, because like whenever I tell my friends like, hey, do I look like a bad boy? And I kind of want to give up that vibe. They're like, no, not at all. Like maybe if like, when you're skating, you have your like, you have your like focus face, you're not talking. But the moment you open your mouth, it's like, nope.
You need a scar or this
even the scars doesn't help, man. So,
okay. So talk about cleaning up skateboarding, right? So now it's a gold medal Olympic sport. And coming along with that would be your high performance managers and nutrition, and working out
and all
coaching.
that. Yeah.
But what I'm going to ask is, for you, you're at the park all the time, right? But are you incorporating strength training? Are you looking after your nutrition, your sleep, your recovery? Do you do ice baths? Like the typical episode of this podcast would be some triathlete or cyclist that does 15 hours a week of training, and on the off days they are ice bathing or they're doing recovery. But skateboarding is a sport. You still get the same Olympic gold medal, right?
Yep.
So is it more like that where you're very focused and trained?
I wish I could give you like a very proper like answer. Like, I'm a professional. Like, I train, I do my SNC, I eat proper. But to be honest, that's not really the case. Mainly because it's very new to skateboarding.
Yeah.
I grew up not having any of it.
Yeah, exactly. You could be better skateboarder, you just skateboard more.
Yeah, my exposure is exactly. And the thing about skateboarding is it's more of like a skill-based sport than a strength-based sport. So like being stronger helps, but it won't be the game changer to whether like you are better than your opponent or not.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, is you need to know like the technique of how to flip, and so that like being stronger will help with how high you can ollie, or like how longer,
or how hard you can pump.
How hard you can pump, like how's your stamina and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for me, like I didn't really do any of that growing up.
Well, none of us did growing up, but now that you're all grown up, and now it is a proper like a sea games sport, and you're about to go to the sea games for the first time. Is the pressure on to be more sort of bring up the level of sort of professionalism?
Yes, definitely. I mean, what I do at home is more like calisthenics. It's just like and like my own physio exercises that I carry back from like post injury that I just kind of try to keep up with as much as I can. But yeah, I mean, completely like all cards on the table. It's just like also access to it is a bit difficult because I don't really have access to like a SNC coach or like a nutritionist and stuff like that. So I kind of have to do it on my own. So yeah, as much as like I would love more support, the access and it's still developing.
How many skate parks are there in Singapore nowadays?
Surprisingly, we have quite a few.
Because you've obviously got East Coast.
Yes.
You've got Somerset.
Yes.
Got Jurong.
Yes.
We
have there's one that Active SG opened at Bishan. It's next to the stadium.
Okay.
They call it Bishan Skate Spot. And then you have like your smaller like pop-up skate parks managed by the town councils and stuff.
Okay, so there are some more.
But the main three is East Coast, Jurong, and Somerset.
Yeah.
And now Bishan.
Yeah.
Okay, main four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess skateboarding is not a linear progression. Is that right? Like you could be skateboarding for 5 years and not really do much, and then suddenly, woof, you get suddenly you learn a new trick and the tables turn and suddenly very good, right?
I would agree with that statement. It's more of like the learning curve is very steep from the get go. So like it gets steep, and then you think like it will level out, but it just like keeps it goes inverted, So I mean, it really depends on like how do I phrase it, like what technique or what strengths you're working on, and then that can really shoot you. Because the weird thing about skateboarding is the tricks that we can do the same exact tricks.
Yep.
But how our foot placements and what we feel comfortable with can differ a lot.
Yeah.
So like the general technique can be there, but at the end of the day, you kind of have to figure out and suss out like what works for you.
Yeah. And it's a very style-based sport as well, right? Like you could be technically correct, but look like a robot compared to someone who just has so much more flair.
Yeah, that's the debate now. And the thing about style is, I feel, okay, like in the culture context, it's just like how good you look on video.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of people are hating on people who do really hard tricks, but they're like very robotic.
Yeah.
Whereas someone can do a easier trick but make it look visually nice.
Yes.
So there's a culture aspect. But if you go into like the competition aspect, style has a different meaning. It's more of like how your execution is. It's like a gymnast. Like you land, you touch the ground, you wobble and stuff.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there is still that misconception now. People are like, oh, is it like how much tease I had?
Yeah.
Do I land and like kind of like move my body in a weird way? So
I mean, as much as you don't want to say it makes a difference, it does make a difference, right? How easy on your eyes it is to watch someone do something.
It does make a difference, and because it's judged by your overall impressions anyways.
Yeah.
So And yeah, it goes back to like the whole like gymnastic analogy. If you see someone doing it in a nicer way, you're like, oh, actually, maybe it's more. But difficulty of trick will always, to me, will always come first. You know,
It's so funny. Like, you've been skateboarding for most of your life, right? Or for 20, 25 years.
some say too long. My body is like, when will you stop? Stop throwing me off concrete bricks, please.
And then you let's just say takes you 10 years to learn how to do some 720. Just use that, right? I watch these clips on Instagram, like there's some 8-year-old Japanese kid that's already doing it, or it's like,
Don't get me started on the Japanese kids, right?
I don't understand, what is this
I
about?
don't know what they're going through, which factory they're just like pushing them out, but the Japanese are another level.
It's crazy, right? Like, I don't understand that they're technically perfect and they're only like they're still wearing school uniforms to go to the skate park, right?
Like I was at in 2023, like the first Olympic qualifying event I went to, there was 4 for skateboarding. So the first one I went to, there was this kid from Chinese Taipei, like Max Cool or something like that. When I first saw him, he could do the basics, but nothing crazy. By the time I got like to the last round, like the fourth,
So only a
fourth
matter of
round,
months.
he's just blown my mind, you know. And then now I'm like looking on Instagram, he's doing like the kickflip McTwist.
Oh, nice.
So like,
Yeah.
imagine the McTwist is hard enough.
And then the board is spinning.
And then you're flipping your board.
it's not even a fingers flip. It's a kick flip.
So you're going up. Your
feet are doing the
you're
flipping.
bowling. Your feet is flipping the board. You're upside down. You're catching the board, and then you're bringing it back to your feet, and then you're spinning, and then you're letting.
I think if the younger you are, the less you understand physics, and then you just do things that
I think this is
doesn't
not
make sense.
scared. You know? Like if you ask me now, you know, like after my injuries, like, I'm trying to get back all the tricks that I used to do.
Yeah.
The fear is different.
Real.
I think like the kids, they don't have that yet. So they're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I used to be like that, but like at skate, there's that big like 7 concrete block step. Back when I was young, I was like, oh, I think I can jump down that. I did that 3 times. I ended up with like a massive heel bruise. The best part, it wasn't for a video or like even a contest. It was just like, you think you can do it?
Yeah,
I think I can do
that's
it.
what most skateboarders value. Most skateboarders not on video, right? It's just riding around, right? Let's talk about your injuries for a while, right? So you're in a physio clinic right now. You might get PTSD from being in clinics, but so when I'm looking through your photos, there's pictures of you with double Bauerfeind braces on your knee.
Yes.
Bauerfeind braces are very specific braces for very specific things, right? And they're not cheap. And
They're not cheap at all.
But they're very good. They're very good quality.
Yeah.
And we use them in the clinic as well. But you got to know what you're doing. Put a Bauerfeind brace on.
Yeah.
What happened to your knees? Is this a skateboarding injury, or was it a car crash, or was it something completely different?
So the reason that I give other people is I like to tell that I tried to go for height increment surgery, but that went wrong, and then I ended up like this. But the actual answer is it was all through skating, unfortunately. The first time that it happened on my right knee was I was doing a trick, like a heel flip. So basically I'm kicking the board forwards using my heel, and off like, those like orange road barriers.
Yep.
So like that height, so I'm like jumping off a ramp, doing that flip over it. I landed the trick, but the problem was my upper body didn't follow through. My upper body was like leaning back.
Yeah.
So
you went on the board through.
So like my board went straight, but my body went back. So my knee just kind of just like what?
So you felt it, you heard it. It was like right then and there you knew it was.
I didn't know what it was because that was my first time feeling it.
Yeah.
So I thought I dislocated my kneecap or something like that because I just felt like boom, and I was like, oh, this is not great.
Yeah.
And I used to watch videos and TikTok was a thing then, but like I used to watch videos on YouTube like sports injuries, and I see like the football players that like slap their kneecap back in place. So I'm like on the ground like slapping my knee. I'm like, why isn't this working? Then I went to the hospital because I couldn't walk. And I was like, okay, what's an ACL surgery? I don't know what's all this CLs. And
MCL, ACL, meniscus.
Yeah. So the first time I tore my ACL, MCL, lateral and medial meniscus.
All at once.
All at once. Also great, not great. And then the second time,
Like a football injury, like when they get tackled and the one leg stays on the ground and then another person tackles them.
I can't watch that anymore. Like I winch. I'm just like, I can't take it. Then the second one was the MCL.
So you had a surgery. You put it all back together.
Yeah, I had a surgery. I put it all back together.
You started skating again.
Then I started skating again. No, I think the second one was, I can't remember if it was a skate injury or it was just like I was at home and then I misstepped something happened. All I know was something went wrong. Went back to the hospital. Like, oh, you tore your MCL again. You got
So the same one. So one
on the right
really
MCL. So I'm like, oh man. So I had to redo the MCL. So like from two small little scars, it's just like one long.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. So,
Oh wow! Yes. So then you have the brace on the other knee.
yeah. So I recovered from
How
that.
long did it take you to recover from that? And how old were you? 7?
I think the first injury happened in 2015 or 2016.
Okay.
I think 2016,
So you were
2015,
early 20s,
early 20s, like back when I was
still invincible.
I thought I was invincible. I was at my peak. I was a Rebel athlete back then. Everything was going well. I was going for competitions and like shoots and stuff like that.
Do you think that you were a better skateboarder then or now?
In terms of skill or determination? I mean, skill-wise, like back then, definitely. I am now trying to get back to that level. I am getting close, but I wouldn't say I am how I used to be. Like,
Good.
because just in terms of like the guts it takes to do a certain trick,
Well, now that you know it takes you 6 months to rehab a knee, right? You're not likely to put yourself in the situation where you have to do that all over
I
again.
mean, that's what I told myself before I taught the left knee. So like, I mean, I was like, I'll rehab it. I'll try to get it done right, and then
So you did proper physio, you did rehab, you did exercises, you did all the work.
yeah. So I did the physio at the hospital still.
Yeah.
Just went through that whole process, and then got better. Had the brace on, and then went back to skating. There was a point where they said I could wean off the brace, but I just didn't feel confident enough. Like my knee didn't feel as stable as I wanted
It
to be.
becomes a bit of a crutch when you it's a safety thing where you feel more confident when it's on, right?
It's like if I
It may or may not be needed, but you just feel more confident.
that's the thing. I don't know if it's a psychological thing or it's like a nature of my sport. Because like if I can go running and like I can play like other sports without my knee brace, that's fine, But when it comes to skating, like I don't know, sometimes the impact. I tried it, even do like an ollie and stuff. I'm just like I don't feel like there's that feeling where I'm like I know it's gonna give, so I just kept it on, and then that stuck until now.
So you still skate with that on your knee?
Yes, I still skate, and it's not the sports brace; it's the medical knee brace.
It's soft though, right? It doesn't
It's the soft version, like with like a plastic brace at the side. But I did try to go on to like the sports brace, but I didn't feel comfortable enough with it, so that's why I kind of.
So then, what happened to the other knee?
So the other knee, so I recovered from my right knee. Things were going well.
Yeah.
So I was back to competing. I think the last big event that I joined was Asian Championships or something like that in 20. Oh, I think I thought my first one in 2015, and then 2016 was the Asian Championships, which I got 6th place, which I was like, okay, not last.
Yeah.
Good. Coming from injury. So I was back to it, and then I was like getting ready to like do shoots and stuff like that with my sponsors and stuff. And then I was doing a video shoot for when at East Coast, when unfortunately I was doing I don't know if the viewers will understand this, but like a alley-oop backside heel flip indie. So alley-oop basically.
Alley-oop when you go up one way and then you spin it and go down.
Yes, correct. So like rather than going from right to left on a normal trick, I'm going from left to right, but I'm doing like a little like.
You're turning the opposite, yeah.
So I'm going opposite way, going up in the air, doing like a little spin, flipping the board, catching it, and then trying to like put it back on my feet. Unfortunately, on one attempts, I over-rotated. So I over-rotate, my left foot touched the ramp first, but my body was still turning, and then just like. I have a video of that.
It's not the one.
I was. If you watch it, like you can't see the tear because like I'm underneath the coat because you're taking from a top-down angle. But the moment you see me lying on the ground, like I knew what it was. Immediately I said, another ACL, and I was just on the ground crying. I was like, not again.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that was the third one. Went for surgery, ACL, MCL, meniscus.
Again, so similar.
Yes. I can't remember whether I tore my LCL then or not, but ACL, MCL, meniscus definitely. And then I was recovering, and then because I had like shoots and like video shoots that I was chasing for and competition, so I kind of tried to push my recovery, pushed it a bit too hard.
Eager to get back into it.
Yeah, and then it wasn't it was a flat ground trick. I just like did I tried to do an underflip, so that when I popped the board and then like flipping my back foot, instead of flipping like immediately, flipping my back foot. But I just landed on my legs. I landed both legs, just my left knee just gave out.
So you had another surgery.
And
So you had 2 on each knee then?
Yes, I've had 2 on each knee.
Oh, God.
Oh, 4. Oh man.
So when you're recovering from these injuries, did you ever think about giving up on skateboarding? Like, this is God's telling me this is not for me.
The PR answer and the answer, everyone was here like, no, like I was determined to go through all of it. Or like,
No, it's human nature, right?
But I mean, I just tell everyone like, I mean, the truth is yes.
Yeah.
After my the first surgery, I was like, okay, like things happen, I can get back to it. Second surgery, I was like, okay, maybe it's just circumstances of the situation. And then the third one happened, I was like, oh,
exactly.
both knees, and then I was like thinking like, do I really want to do this? And then I was kind of like on the fence, but then I was like, you know what, 2 on the right, 1 on the left, what are the chances of it happening again?
Yeah, I did.
And then I was like, you know what, okay, maybe I'll try to push it. I think I can recover, if I can recover my right side, I can recover on the left. And then it happened again, 4th time. And then that was when actually, I think I'm done. I think this is just.
So when was this? This is like.
So the last one was
2018.
2018. Yeah. 2018. So after that, I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore. It's just like not just the physical toll of it all, but like also the mental aspect.
And all your support system around you, right? I'm not sure who was looking after you and helping you with doors and
right? On the crutches all the time. I got abrasions on my armpit just trying to get to the toilet.
It's like the support system around you was going, oh, he's done it again. Come on.
And I feel bad because I had friends and like my family, and like as much as it was like traumatizing for me, I'm sure it's the same for them.
Right.
And like for them to be like, oh, you're going to do it again. You want to go skate again and risk it again. Like I get that perspective, and like I know that it comes from a good place. Like they're caring for me, but like so we can lead on to like the reason why I went back to it. But like yes, there was this point, and then after the fourth surgery, I was like, you know what? I think that's it. I'm done. The most I want to do is just get on the board and roll around. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Like this, I don't need to do any more tricks. I think like my sporting career, or like my ability to go back to a competitive level is behind me. So I'm like, I've made peace with that. Like moving on after the 4th injury.
But here you are.
But here I am again.
So knees are okay now? You're back to normal? 100%? 90%?
I wouldn't say 100%. I would say maybe like 85, 90% of how I used to be. Good enough to skate, good enough to compete, but not the same as how I used to be.
It never will be the same, right? No matter how much you repair it and rehab it, never the same, even psychologically, But so that's 2018. Olympics is around the corner, 2020, right?
Yes.
Did you try to qualify for
Nope, I couldn't.
Tokyo? You were just
SEA Games 2019. That was the first time skateboarding was it?
Yeah, exactly. It's the only time skateboarding's been in except for this year, right?
Yeah. So I went there as a spectator. I went to support my brother and the rest of the skateboarding team. Yeah. Oof, that, like, I was happy for them.
Yeah.
But it also hurt me because I was like, that's.
Could have been me.
Could have been me. That whole like, I could have done very well here if I was like at my pre-injury.
Exactly.
And like now I'm here expecting this is my life now, like. So
is that what motivated you to get back into the sport? Seeing now that your sport has become prime time,
I mean, yes and no. I was like, yes, that helps, but it wasn't the primary motivator for me to like get back into the sport, because like I said, I kind of made peace with I'm done. like whatever I had back then, it's over. I have to move on to like bigger and better things. But it was more of like I kept moving the goalpost for myself, like during my recovery. So like I was like, okay, I'm happy with just rolling around. And then once I started
kickflip.
once I started rolling around, then that itch just comes back in. Like, okay, maybe I can do an ollie. I feel like maybe I can do an ollie. And then once I did an ollie, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll be happy doing like a kickflip, you know. And then that kind of like I kept pushing the goalpost back for myself, which I don't know whether it was a smart thing to do or or a delusional thing to do. And then I kept like moving that back to the point where I realized actually I think I'm able to get back to a competitive level again. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm here. Why not try it while I can? And like, you know, I'm not getting any younger.
Yeah, YOLO, right? You're only young ones.
Yeah, YOLO, and like you said, the sport is now becoming more and more popular, and it's being featured again. You know, and Olympics is bringing it all the way to 28. So I'm like, why not just try? You know, like I mean, yes, honestly, the goal was just to be able to roll on the board.
Yep.
And everything afterwards until now, it's a big bonus for me. You know, I'm just happy to be here. I'm like that guy. And I was like, I'm happy to be here, guys. You know. So like even when like, you know, people are asking me like, oh, so like are you going to the SEA Games to win and stuff like that? I'm like, yeah, of course. You don't go to a competition.
No athlete
to
go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no participation awards in the SEA Games, right?
Yeah,
So
like-
no one goes there just to participate.
Yeah. So yes, the target is to win, hopefully, or like podium and stuff. But if I would just make it to the finals, I am a very happy man, man.
How is the competition? Who would be the biggest competition?
Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia. It's pretty good. Which is basically all of their SEA Games. Philippines, because their athlete was ranked in the 30s during the Olympic qualifier. So like this guy Kiko Francisco, like he skates in the US, so he's on like the US level.
Yeah.
So during Olympic qualifiers, like most of the Southeast Asians were in like the hundreds range.
Yep.
And then he was like up in 30. So that's a big gap, and he's really good.
And he's there. He's fit and healthy. He's gonna be there this time.
Yeah, yeah. And he's like only like early 20s. So I'm like, I'm a 30-year-old fighting against all this. Like, so Thailand is pretty good also. Indonesia has improved a lot. Yeah, I've been keeping up.
They say that about a lot of sports that Indonesia has improved a lot. Like in running, in triathlon, in a lot of these other sports, that Indonesia has just coming up really fast.
Yeah, Indonesia I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something right. Yeah.
Do they have better facilities over there, or?
I would say yes, because I did go to like Bali to train, which was like my colleagues were like, "Are you sure you're going to Bali to train?" You know, like
Train.
Yeah, because I was like trying to like tell them like, "Okay, guys, I'll be away from this." They're like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, you know, the skate park is there and stuff like that." But yes, they have good facilities, better than the ones we have here in Singapore and Malaysia, definitely. Philippines, I'm not too sure. Thailand has pretty good facilities also, but I would say Indonesia is better in the moment. Yeah.
So that will be your main competition when you go.
Yes.
So then, so a lot of the people that I've had on the podcast, their end goal is SEA Games 2029, which is in Singapore.
Yep.
Right? Are you hoping to be there as well?
Yes. So the visual map I had for myself was, okay, so this is dependent on many factors. One is like how well I do for this SEA Games, and then if my body can keep up with it, which I think it'll be fine. And there's a 50-year-old skater in the Olympics. If he can, any Mac, yeah, if he can do it, I can do it. It's fine. But yeah, so actually one thing that I told myself now is like, now that I'm back competing, I have this chance again. If I can bring it, if SEA Games hosts, and one more thing is whether skateboarding will be hosted or not.
True.
Yeah, but if best case scenario, SEA Games hosted for this year, 2027 Malaysia, and then Singapore 29, then I think that would be my.
You'll be 35.
I'll be 35, and I think that would be a good spot to kind of like end it on a high note, you know, because like, okay, I'm in Singapore, my hometown.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. And 35, you know, I don't want to be chucking my body off concrete sound at 35. I mean, I will still do it, but like maybe not to like the same level.
Do it for Singapore.
I'll do it for Singapore, you know, but like afterwards I'm like, maybe I'll just like cruise around.
But Olympics, have you tried to qualify for the Olympics before?
Yes, so I tried for the 2024 one.
Yeah.
But I mean, considering like it was recovery from my knees, because like I was out. Technically, I was out since 2015 all the way like 2023. Because like 2023, mid 2023, I realized like, okay, maybe I can take it a bit more seriously. Yeah. So it was what, 7-ish years.
Yeah.
So I wasn't fully, like I was better, but I wouldn't say I was like at
Prime.
best performance.
Did you come close to qualifying?
No.
So what is the qualifying?
So
What is is it like top 50 athletes in the world or something like that?
So it's overall, I think there's about at least 200 athletes per qualifying event.
Yeah.
So there's 4 events. They'll take the 3 best scores out of 4. I went for 3 because one of them was in Argentina.
Yeah.
It's too expensive. I was like, you know what?
Too far to his...
Too far, too expensive. I'm like, you know, I can miss this one. It's fine. The other 2 was like Dubai and Rome. It's like a bit better. And then from those 200, I think only the top 24 or 28, like in top 20s that make it to like the second stage.
Yeah.
Before they bring it down to like the final, was it 12?
Is that all it is in the actual Olympics?
Olympics is very little.
And like it's sort of like you got the NBA, right? And NBA there is how many teams of each team has 15 players, so there's like 200 players or something in the NBA.
Yep.
But there are like 10 of them that are so much better than the other 200, right? That the Olympics, like skateboarding, is a bit like that. You got a few really, really, really good people, and the gold medal is going to come out of one of those 10 people. You kind of know it already.
Yeah. You can kind of see just from the level of skating or like the level of performance.
Yeah.
It's quite obvious, but it also depends whether they have a good day or bad day.
Yeah.
So that always plays a part, because even myself, even before I got injured when I was competing, there were competitions where, and this is gonna sound very, very arrogant, but I was like, I think I can win this contest. Somehow I messed it up, and I'm like, oh.
It was I was watching what was the last Olympics? The Jinwoo, the artist in the park.
With the long socks.
Yeah, long socks. It's in the park or the street. And it's the best of 3 tricks.
Yep.
Right? And he didn't land a single one.
Yep.
And he's like such a good skateboarder. So he didn't even get anywhere near a medal. He's just like DNF. Yep. Didn't even qualify. It was like crazy. Like I was watching with my daughter and we're rooting for him, and then it was like he didn't even get to the next round because he didn't land a trick.
Yeah, it happens. And that's the good thing about skateboarding, because like even though like someone's better, like way better than you, it just takes like one mess up. So like in the park context, it's like the moment you bail or you fall, your run's done.
Yep.
So there could be someone, maybe whoever that's good there, tries to do a really big trick at the start and it just messes it up. Or no, that's an easy trick. I've done it before.
Yeah,
like it's just like indie grab, and then I just like mess it up, and then that happens.
Yeah.
So
you must have traveled the world with the skateboarding.
I have.
Mostly in Asia, or like you said, Rome?
No,
right?
Quite a fair bit. I think the only continent that I have not touched was South America, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I've gone to South Africa.
Oh,
I was very surprised. This was like 2012. I was like, oh, there's the Maloof Money Cup. So this was like one of the world level events. It's like, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, where is it? In the States or like in Europe? It's like, no, South Africa. Like, and it's in like this little town called like Kimberley, which is like I think an hour's flight away from Johannesburg. Yeah. I was like, there's a skate scene here.
Wow.
And they had like a really nice skate park, and I was like next to like nearby like the diamond mine. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I didn't expect it to be there.
Yeah.
Fun fact also? What kind of like an interesting thing from that trip was I met Malay people there.
In South Africa?
In South Africa. And then they were selling like those, the curry bread, And I was like, oh, how?
It feels like home.
Why are there Malay people there? So apparently like, they were like ancestors from like, their ancestors were like brought in from like the slave ships and stuff. And then they just happened to be there. But I was like, the last thing I excited to run through in South Africa was like Malay people. So a bit of fun fact.
Nice. Okay. So then LA Olympics, are you going to try to go for it?
I will try, definitely. So I guess that also goes into like my 2029 plan, So I will try. I'll try my best. Whether I can get in, that's a different story, you know.
Of course.
Like I don't want to over.
You're not going to get in if you don't try, right?
I don't overhype. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. I saw you in the newspaper today. You're going to SEA Games any day now. Your teammate is 20 years younger than you.
Oh, don't remind me.
11 years old.
11 years old, the youngest ever SEA Games athlete to go to
From
represent Singapore. Yeah,
Is he like one of these Japanese kids who is just like,
I think he can be.
yeah,
He
like he
definitely be.
technically like just goes at it and no fear and,
Yeah,
and
he's just like, let's go. You know, he's like, I'm not scared. Let's go. I met him in 2022.
Okay.
I was like just chill skating at a skate park, and then I think his dad saw me, and his dad was like, "Hey, you mind if like you can teach my kid and stuff like that?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?" And back then I was like, I was not getting back to competing yet, so I was like, "Yeah, sure,
Yep.
like why not?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, I was teaching him how to do like all the airs and stuff and stuff like that, and then
Oh, that's quite advanced already. It's not like you're teaching how to ollie.
no, so it's like for me, I don't really do coaching per se, at least not for like the beginner level, because I'm like, there's a lot of other coaches there, and like you can just go to them. Like, but those who wants to do like the more advanced stuff, like actually doing like air tricks and like learning how to go up off the ramp coming down, then that I can help with.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like there's better value add for me there. So
So he was already doing that at 8 years old.
so he was learning to do that. He was trying, but then he was watching me. He was like, "Oh, maybe he can like Paris can teach you." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
Yeah.
So I was teaching him all like the airs stuff, and then yeah, he just
3 years later, he's in the SEA Games team.
Groove, yeah. I was prepping him for the Olympic qualifiers, so I went for him and another skater called Rocky Chan. They had the chance to go for the last event just for like exposure, you know. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Then I tried like skate with them and train them and stuff like that to try to get them to a good level, and then that kind of improved from there. But during that Olympic qualifiers, unfortunately, I separated my shoulder. Then after that, I kind of stopped testing. I was like, okay, I need to focus on myself again. So like,
So the only appendage that is true and original is your right shoulder. Your
I
right
wish
shoulder.
I could say that.
No, so you've injured your right shoulder as well.
Oh, so my right shoulder I've dislocated it before. I dislocated the first time in South Africa in 2012. So it has been a recurring issue,
Yeah.
but it's not as
Once it's dislocated,
yeah,
it's-
but it's not as common now because I've been like trying to like physio it and stuff.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, unlike my second eldest brother, who once his shoulder dislocates, he can't put it back in on himself. I can kind of like, what's the correct word for it? Like reduce it.
yeah, reduce it.
Yeah, I can pop it back in on my own. So
Yeah, Jackie Chan. Like
I don't want to be, you know.
like so many injuries.
So like, you know, I was like, oh, okay, my right shoulder. First was the right shoulder, and then like right knee, left knee, and then now it's the left shoulder. I'm just like, oh man, like I'm just like a human Lego.
Being
you know.
separated, right? You didn't dislocate it. You just
So the right one is just a dislocation.
Yeah.
The left one is a shoulder separation. So it didn't get dislocated, but it's just like,
yeah, okay.
yeah, too much. But
You've talked about your brothers a couple of times. Your skateboarding is very much a family sport for you, right? It's
yes.
your two older brothers also skateboarded. Talk about that a little bit. Were they at the SEA Games last time?
My second eldest brother was at the SEA Games, representing for street in 2019.
Yeah.
Yep. My
Is
eldest.
that why you got into skateboarding? Because your older brothers were both skateboarding?
I saw my eldest brother. So my second eldest brother didn't pick up until after I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So how I started was I saw my oldest brother trying it out at like this old skate park at Bishan. I was like, oh, that kind of looks cool. I asked my dad, can I try it out? And my dad's like, yeah, sure. Which is weird because he was a cop like that.
Your dad was a cop.
My dad was a cop back then. So it's like,
Yeah. Then back to the stereotype.
yeah,
Oh, that's right.
It's like cop letting his kids
Yeah.
skate, like why not? But my dad was very cool. He's like, yeah, sure, I know, go for it. And then it just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
And then it was just like my eldest brother and I skating, and then my second eldest brother came in like a couple of years after I started, and then we just kind of skated together, which was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Compete against each other. That was an interesting.
Interesting family dinner.
Yeah, you know, there are times where if one of us loses, like, we won't talk to each other for a bit. Like, oh.
Yeah. And did they all take it to the same level as you?
Yes. So I would say even further. My eldest brother, he won X Games gold.
Oh, nice.
Second Southeast Asian to do it.
Yeah.
First one was a Malaysian guy. Yeah, like proper like gold medal like against like the Western athletes and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
X Games is no joke.
Big-
It's
big
before
thing.
the Olympics. X Games was it.
X Game was like the pinnacle of it.
Yeah.
I think this was 2007 if I'm not wrong. And then he's gone for like all the others major events. I don't, you know, Street League. Yeah, he's went to SLS, you know, and that's like an invite only
Yeah.
event. So yeah, so he's I would say he hit the highest level out of all of us.
So everyone in their prime, he would have been the best.
Oh, if you put like 18 to like 26-year-old him now in the SEA Games,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
It'll be him like
It's over.
yeah. It was always fun. It was always interesting because like whenever we were at Somerset, like when he skates, everyone else like stops skating just to watch. Even sometimes I do that. I'm like, oh, look at him just like jumping around all the time. Yeah. Then my second eldest brother, he's also hit quite a high level. SEA Games, obviously. Yeah, he went for Tampa Pro, and Maloof Money Cup, obviously. So pretty high levels for the tour.
Yeah.
And then there's me. Yeah, and it's like okay, I guess I have to be.
You're not doing it anymore.
So my eldest one has stopped mainly because of, I guess, you know,
You gotta stop.
different priorities, family and stuff like that. My second eldest, he still does, but he just had like his baby just turned 2. So I mean now he's just focusing on the family life. He still skates, but it's not the same as how we were when we were teenagers, you know.
Very carefree, and he was skating towards. Time to go home.
And then there's me, 31-year-old, still pretending I'm a teenager. Like it's like that.
as a juror.
It's like that meme, you know, of like what is it? Remy, Steve Buscemi or something, like holding the skateboards. Like, how do you do, fellow kids? You know.
Yeah, exactly. The 11-year-olds.
Yeah.
Oh, you uncle.
My last competition, it was the Malaysia Open in Penang,
Yeah.
and like it's like Felix 11, and then like, a couple other kids that's like around the same age, and then it's like 19-year-old,
Uncle Farris.
and then there's 25, and then there's me. It's like the big one. I'm like, oh.
Okay, and then so I guess a couple of last questions before we wrap up. Sotong skateboards.
Yes, Sotong skateboards.
Is that your brand or is that your family brand? What's the story? And what's the story? Why does that exist?
It existed. I don't even know how that. We don't know how.
So
name came up.
sotong could be squid.
Yep.
It could be like something tasty, right?
Like octopus or like you blur sotong.
Yeah, or a blur sotong,
Yeah.
right? So which one of it?
I think it's the latter. I think it's blur sotong, but it's basically the name of our skate crew back then. You know, so we had like a group of friends, and then who we were very close, and we skated together at Somerset Skate Park.
Yeah.
A lot of them are not in Singapore anymore because they all have gone overseas and stuff.
Yeah.
So like there's only very little of us left. So that was our skate crew. How the name came up, I don't know.
You were the Sotong Boys or something, right?
No, we had like a YouTube video.
Oh, okay.
Please don't search this online. We had a YouTube video, and then it's like a 7-second clip of like my 3 brothers and I shitless doing like sotong skateboard and stuff like that.
Okay.
It was weird. I don't know how the name came up, but it kind of stuck, and it stuck with our group of friends, and then that just became like our crew name per se, our group name. And then then we just started making fun videos on YouTube under the Sotong skateboards.
Yeah. But you actually make skateboards, all right?
And
Decks.
yeah, so we do make skateboards, but we don't. It's not like a proper enterprise per se.
It's not like you got many distribution channels.
No. It's literally like a fun project to do, just to keep that memory of our group and like how we grew up with alive, you know. So we make very limited quantities. It's just for our friends, and also it's like if there's extra, we make extras. Like if anyone wants to get it, they can get it. But it's like less than 100 watts per.
I got a couple of more questions before we wrap up. What do you think makes a good skateboarder?
Oof. Just determination. You know, it sounds very cheesy. I know.
Consistency.
So determination, consistency, and just being able to pick yourself back up, because half of skateboarding, unfortunately, is falling.
75% of skateboarding.
Yeah, 75% is falling, and then that's why I tell people, like, no, you gotta love the concrete because you're gonna see it a lot, you know. And it's just you will take tricks don't come easily. It's not something like, oh, maybe I'll train for like 2 days straight and I'll get it on the third. It took me 8 years. I should have made you guess. It took me 8 years to land a kickflip.
Oh wow.
Yes. Yes. I remember the day. Like I started when I was 4. I landed it when I was like what? 12. Yeah. It was in Johor. I was like holding on to like, it was like this old skate park, and I was like holding on to the end. I was like, I just tried it. I was like, oh, I landed it. And then I tried it without holding it. Oh, I landed it.
It's actually quite a lot easier when you're holding on to it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But that's the thing, like, it's supposed to be the second trick you learn after like
ollie.
Like the first trick you learn after an ollie.
Yeah.
Second trick you learn on skateboarding. But I couldn't get it until 8 years later. I've done like shove-its, heel flips, everything else except for that.
It's just like it's the bane of your existence.
Yeah. So where I'm getting at is like you need to be a type of person where you can just accept failures.
Yeah. Because you could have given up after 5 years and never learned a kickflip.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Like you just have to like be able to like, you know what? Like today's not my day. Tomorrow may not be my day. The next year may not be my year. But like I'll keep going at it until like I get it.
Yeah.
So if you can get through that whole process of just failing and trying and failing and trying and failing and trying, then I say that was what makes you a good skateboarder. It doesn't have to be like, you don't have to do the big tricks and stuff like that. It's just as long as you're willing to try.
Yeah.
And like keep going at it until you get it.
So that's a good lesson in life as well.
Yeah.
Right.
The amount of mistakes I made, I don't know, my math test, I don't know whether that reflects it correctly. But
Okay, last question before we wrap up.
Okay.
I guess this is like a life question. What has skateboarding taught you about life?
oof, that's a very deep question. It's very deep.
By being a skateboarder, how has that made you a better person?
It's gonna make me very sentimental. I'm gonna start crying on camera, you know. I mean, definitely the ability to handle failures.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's just I don't like disappointing people or disappointing myself. You know, I can disappoint myself. I don't like disappointing people. And skateboarding has taught me to help manage that better because, like, I'm dealing with falling over and over again, and then even during competitions, like I don't land the tricks that I know I can land, and
Frustrating a bit as well.
it's frustrating. And like even like when you now when I'm recovering from my injuries and stuff, I'm trying to relearn all the tricks that I know I can do. I used to be able to do like with my eyes closed back then, but now it's like I'm struggling to get it back, and like just the ability to like, you know what, you're gonna fail a lot. I'm just gonna keep trying. And I guess that's what brought me, like, it carried over to my own life, and also just the different perspective of life.
Yeah.
In the sense where, like, I like to use this analogy where someone else, like the average person, may just look at a staircase or like a bench, and it's like that's what it is. But like for skaters, we see it like something different, you know, and like it's. You know, a bench is to us it's like a
Obstacle.
an obstacle. Like it's something that we can play with, you know. And I take that into my life in the sense where I try to see things like ordinary things. I try to see more. How do I phrase it?
I totally understand.
I try to see the potential in things that seem ordinary.
Penang, for example, right?
Yeah.
And without your skateboard, and then you walk down the street and you see this perfect set of stairs.
Yeah.
You don't see it as a perfect set of stairs. You see it as what you could do on the skateboard on those stairs, right?
Yeah.
And totally being there. I just totally understand.
So like when it comes to like my general life, so I try to see the potential in things that may seem ordinary to other people. Because like it's something simple, or like something that you may think it's boring is actually very interesting. And I would think that helped me become less introverted.
Okay.
Because I used to be very shy. I was like, believe it or not, you know, my friends would probably be like, huh, you shut, sure.
Yeah.
But I used to be very shy. I was very scared to talk to people.
Now you're on a podcast.
Now I'm on a podcast, you know, and yeah, so I kind of take it away where now when I meet people, like I feel like everyone has a story to tell.
Yes.
And like I like hearing that, you know. Like if you ask me if I wasn't a skateboarder, I'd probably be like, I don't know him. I don't know that person. I don't know why do I want to talk to that person? Yeah. But for me now it's like, hey, hi stranger.
Everyone is in it. I'd say that most people are inherently good people as well.
Yeah, yes, definitely.
You just don't know that they're the strangers until they're your friends, right?
Everyone is chill. It's just you gotta break that thing. You just have to say hi. And I guess okay, maybe because like skateboarding, because it was it originated in like the US, and like the culture is more chill. So like you don't feel as intimidated to meet people, because you're just like, oh yeah. And like you said, the whole like stigma behind it, the look of a skateboarder can be quite rough. But when you talk to it, like, oh, actually, it's pretty, it's really, really like cool, chill guy.
Like you could be, it doesn't matter who you are. You go to the skate park and you do a really, really good trick.
Yeah,
Suddenly, people are gonna look up and pay attention, right? And it's like an equalizer almost, right?
Yeah, and yeah, and getting over that, like that whole like, oh, he looks rough, maybe I don't want to talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, skateboarding has helped me get over that. I'm like, oh, actually, they may look a certain way, but they're actually the nicest people you'll meet.
I'm just thinking of Palm.
Oh.
So Palm has been on podcast before.
Yep.
He's such a sweet, nice guy.
He's so sweet. He's so nice.
Takes his shirt off and he's got like tattoos. He looks like a real ruffian, but he's a really, really sweet, nice guy, and that's exactly what you're describing. You're like,
exactly.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly. Yeah. So I guess that's the three main things I kind of take away from skateboarding, and how it's impacted my life on a personal level.
And the sport you all around the world, right?
Yes. Oh, everywhere.
Farris, I think we better wrap up. What's the best way to get a hold of you? Instagram, Farris Rahman.
Yeah, Instagram, Farris Rahman, most active there. Can reach me on TikTok, but I'm still trying to. I'm trying to work on my TikTok.
I don't understand TikTok. I throw up a few clips of this podcast every week on TikTok, and it's a crapshoot. I don't know if it's gonna.
It's luck of the draw,
I don't know if it's gonna work. If it's not gonna work. If it's, it could have 1 view, it could have 600 views, it could have 1,000 views.
The weird thing is like, I post like all my skate. I just cross post whatever video I post on Instagram to TikTok.
Yeah.
And like all the really nice ones that I edit and I learn good tricks barely gets any views. Yeah. I post one where like I take a massive slam, it's like 30K. I'm like, what's going on? Like,
You like to see you suffer.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, is my pain entertaining to yours?
It is. Farris, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great SEA Games couple of weeks.
Yeah. I leave on Monday.
So the day this comes up, you're on the plane.
Oh yes.
And then when is your event?
My event is on the 11th of December. That will be the prelims, and then the finals will be on the 13th.
Okay, man. We better wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming, and good luck.
Thank you so much.